Everybody has a story. You, me, everybody. And here's one that'll stick with you. It's the story of Sherman Van Heffer, an awkward musician-type man-child that got 8 of his 15 minutes of fame. But them 8 minutes, boy, they's powerful. I guess his story's told best by those that knowed him and loved him.
You know, I've got all the stuff that he recorded, and I'm like one of his biggest fans. I have loved bluegrass my whole life, and also been a rocker, and the fact that he, you know, is smart enough to make a bluegrass career out of doing Ozzy tunes is, I mean, you talk about the right place at the right time, you know, with Oh Brother being so popular and Ozzy's show being so popular. I just think it's a home run.
When Van and I toured in the early 60s, we did all Judy Garland material.
And he's a great musician, great singer, and great dancer.
Dear brother, I'm writing you from the road because guess what? I'm on tour with Ricky Skaggs. At this point, I don't think Ricky could get very far without me.
Sherman Van Heffer, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first bus driver I ever had when I went on the road back in the early 80s.
Dude, sorry to call so late, man, but Marley and I were down at the Station Inn tonight, and we saw this band called Van Heffer. I don't even know if I can explain it to you. It's like an Elvis impersonator with a kick-ass band doing bluegrass versions of Ozzy Osbourne songs, but give me a call, man. I got to tell you all about this.
Sherman had a good reputation for the 2 things he done best, singing and mountain dancing. And growing up, it was his mother who solidified their importance in his life, as well as his becoming a star. And she was known all over town as the pitiful woman. And she'd tell you, too. The first thing out of her mouth was always, "They call me the pitiful woman. I am Sherman Van Heffer's mother." And she was so proud of that boy. And this was his bedroom growing up. I believe the seeds of his unintentional mediocrity were planted here.
We had some friends who were antique collectors, and they had bought this bed from Elvis's Aunt Freddie. It's got little drawers for guns and drugs if you push all the little drawers back. He moved it to Graceland for apparently the aunt to use upstairs. And then she got rid of all the stuff. He got this new girlfriend, and they were going to clean up the place and redecorate, and then he died.
No, Elvis, I get. But why Ozzy?
Why Ozzy?
Why Ozzy? Yeah, why Ozzy?
I get asked that a lot, why Ozzy? And it started many years ago. I was in a record store, and I saw The Blizzard of Oz. And of course, I thought it was a soundtrack, you know, because of Judy. And to my surprise, it was this wonderful record that just opened my eyes to a whole new world. And I knew right then I wanted to play music, and I wanted to play this music.
He has turned to steel in the great magnetic field where he traveled.
There's a fly in here.
A producer has to be a chameleon. He has to blend into what's going on in the surroundings, musically and with the artist. For example, Mr. Tony Brown, what's he going to do? He's going to wear a country or a cowboy hat with his artist. I've seen him do it. What's Mr. Mutt Lang going to do? When he's doing Def Leppard, and he's their producer, he's going to go that hair long. And he's going to blend in like a chameleon. When he's doing Def Leppard, it turns into a rock t-shirt. He blends in, he's a chameleon. That's what you do, that's the key.
And that's what I'm trying to do with Sherman.
Now he has his revenge.
I told you, I cannot sing that high. I just can't do it. That's horrible.
You can do this. Mr. Man, listen, just don't be as Elvis-y.
Oh.
Now he has his revenge.
Okay, can we hear that back?
I want two of them because we're gonna. If you're gonna have two, I want two.
For money, Sherman had a late-night job where he supplied Southern delicacies to the locals.
I don't take nothing off nobody. I'm a kung fu master. I'll take them outside just whoop their ass. And let me tell you something, you ain't never had your ass whooped till the sissies whooped your ass. I guarantee you that.
Leave them alone and get back to work and do your job.
Don't make me get stern with you, because I can, and you know I can, and you know I will.
You need to get busy and do your job because your pancakes are burning.
You're mean as a snake.
To supplement his income, he had a daytime job too.
Did he really say that?
Im.
Really?
Đừng có xía vô.
That's awful. Yeah, I'll get y'all in, and maybe I'll come backstage. Yeah.
What's going on backstage?
Well, that depends on you. That depends on all y'all.
Things ain't always the way they seem, and the one thing that Sherman couldn't quite control was his insatiable appetite for the ladies.
Listen, there's more than enough to go around.
He had a weakness. He loved the women, and he got to where he wouldn't show up for work, you know.
You know, old Sherman's always been a great inspiration to me, son. I didn't know you were having that kind of problems with the boy.
I love pretty girls. I can't get enough of them. And the more the merrier for me. I make no bones about the fact that I like multiple partners. I like nothing better than after a show getting a big old pile with some hot-looking chicks. I just love it. I can't get in. I love the bitches. Sorry.
You know, I'm playing a show here in town this weekend. Would you like to come as my guest?
Yeah.
Get you in backstage, and who knows what'll happen after the show, you know? We're gonna make something beautiful between us. It's already there. Thank you. You're beautiful.
Sherman got his first big break at a Christian record label.
We're a small label. We were looking for an artist that young children would be interested in listening to. Somebody with charisma, a lot of pizzazz, somebody that the kids would enjoy being around. You know, I saw him and I thought, that motherfucker is perfect for the video. There was only one problem. We couldn't get any of the kids to get near him.
You kids ready to do my video?
No!
We already spent the money on the video crew, the lights, and the catering, so we had to go through with the shoot. Kids or no kids. So we dubbed in the sounds of children laughing and playing in editing.
He's still working on me to make me what I ought to be. It took him just a week to make the moon and stars, the sun and the earth and Jupiter and Mars. How loving and patient he must be. He's still working on me. He's still working on me. Is he still working on you? Just a little bit.
We had to let him go. I don't know what happened to him after that. Somebody said they'd seen him down on Broadway, though.
Believing prosperity was close at hand, Sherman had quit all of his jobs, and now he had to take to the streets with the hopes and prayers that the meager income of a street performer could get him through his hard time.
You're in a pocket.
After about 2 months, his prayers are answered. He becomes an ordained minister over the internet and takes a job at a local radio station.
And good morning, brethren and sistren, and welcome to the Naked Truth, where, as the Bible says, the truth shall set you free.
Every morning from 3 to 5 a.m., he tells the world the naked truth. However, there's a few habits he picked up while living on the street that didn't quite jive with the station owners.
Oh, bless me. Some have questioned my motives. Some have questioned this show's purpose.
Needless to say, frustrations built up on both sides, and Sherman lost that job too.
Use the commode or pee outside. Fuck you, motherfucker!
Not long after that, he lands a steady job with a local jam band. And boy, they's good too. However, jealousy rears its ugly head.
You're fired!
The feeling performing with a live band gives him sparks the want of putting his own band back together and playing the music he wants to play. Meanwhile, he forgets his sorrows the only way he knows how. Then he moves on.
They originally asked Sherman to do Man of Constant Sorrow. He couldn't get through it without crying, and they called me.
I thought we were going to be a team. I was really serious about, we were going to try to start something up. But then he started working with Del McCoury, and I don't know what happened after that.
Honestly, I was glad for Dan to have that song, because now he's cursed with it. And poor old Jerry and his dobro, well, I just had to say no, bro, because Dale was the called him.
Where's Sherman at? Is he here yet? Where's Sherman? Where's Sherman? Boys, where's Sherman?
I don't know. We haven't seen him. Where is Sherman?
The bus is right outside, and maybe you could come on and just check it out.
I ain't seen him nowhere. Fire that son of a...
Now after this, dark days and loneliness followed, along with a very deep depression. But it didn't last long.
You know, I get lonely sometimes, you know. I mean, it's not all a big party. I mean, you spend a lot of time by yourself. Sometimes it gets lonely, man. But sometimes.
I love laughing. I want to live. Come here to me. Reminds me of that time we was playing the bluegrass, down there in Dallas. And a couple of them Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders got a hold of me before the show. Well, goodness, what I was told was after Sherman was fired from the McCoury Band, he had a fire lit under him, goodness, and he's decided he was going to put the band back together, and they were going to go out there and give it 110%, and just, take it on to victory.
3 of the Over the Mountain boys was from Louisiana.
Hey, boys. Let's go.
And they's mean son of a bitches. And that's the way they cook, too. And when Sherman summoned, they answered the call. On fiddle, Bayou Patrick. He stinks like a possum, and he plays the fiddle like the devil himself. On dobro, Andy Gitchy Gotchy Hall. We don't know what Gitchy Gotchy means. And on banjo, Tiny Tom Safel. That son of a bitch ain't said a word in 13 years. Then on the bass, Jumpin' J. McDowell. He's the son of a Japanese tweedle maker. Don't ask.
Kyle, let's go.
On mandolin, crucial Kyle Wood. He's a star in his own right and the key to the band's magic on and off the stage. And last but not least, my personal favorite, Wichita Rutherford. When the Over the Mountain boys broke up, he started his own business. When the going got tough, you'd call your regular pool guy. But when the going got creepy, you'd call Wichita.
Wichita, let's take care of business, man.
Wichita and Sherman, they go back a long time.
Well, this is a place that Wichita and I have been coming to for years. It's our little sort of serenity garden. We come here just to create and to practice and rehearse and just get our heads together for shows. Of course, we've known each other since childhood. we've grown up together and played together, both musically and, you know, just kick the can or whatever in the summer. But we're lifelong friends. I even performed his wedding service. I'm an ordained minister.
There's only one man who could pull this whole thing together and make it work. The most powerful record executive in Nashville, universally known as Tony Dubois.
You know, I kept hearing about him, and other artists kept saying, you have to hear him, you've got to see him. You've never seen anything like it. So finally I decided I'm going to go see him. So I went down to see him, and
all right, ladies and gentlemen, make them welcome the hottest band in the USA, Van Heffer. Well, I guess I'm just going to quit booking them because they got to where they don't ever show up.
JT Gray needs to cool his jets, so we missed several shows. There were legitimate reasons each time, but still, he's out there gossiping like some old widder woman, and people are starting to believe him. And now I've been labeled as difficult.
Now he's also been labeled as a snappy dresser, 'cause all them fancy clothes he wears around town.
This is beautiful.
Thank you. I've always made all my own clothes for years and years.
Yeah, I guess we've known Sherman 23 years. He first come to us when Kim and I first got involved in this with Bill Blue and Gene Doucette, the original designers, Cyril Romano, Nikki Sherlock, those people out in L.A. who taught Kim and myself our craft of how to reproduce these costumes off of Elvis's original patterns. There you go.
Oh my God, Butch, this is gorgeous. You're an artist. You're a magician. You're a wizard.
So you can't get any more authentic than have one of the original guys who does Elvis's suits create the costume for you. And Sherman, back when we first started out, he kind of saw this and was really thrilled with what we do.
This is perfect. It comes from you to the suit, through me, and out to the people. And it is a circle of love.
So that's kind of how we got involved with Sherman.
well, this time they showed up. And I remember thinking, wow, this is gonna be huge.
I am Iron Man. As he lost his mind.
At the end of the first set, I liked it so much I offered them a deal. They took it and we signed it. I got Ozzy's blessing and he suggested that I get Anthony Langley to produce the album.
Now he has his revenge.
Tony called me, asked me to do the record, and I said, sure, man, let's do it. You know, it's bluegrass and Ozzy. I'm thinking, it's a winner right then. I'm excited about it. Tony and everybody at Groovegrass, they're excited about it. I know the band's excited about it.
They're very excited. Hell, we're all excited.
Okay, assholes, this is our last show before we start the big tour. So let's get psyched up, okay?
Well, tonight is the last show before they take off on their world tour, and I think the world is going to be very surprised with this guy. Very surprised.
Let's go! Crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living exposed. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. When a wound's not healing, life's a bitter shame. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
bus plunge. It was going around like the side of a mountain. It sort of fell over in a ravine. Yeah, in Brazil. It was killed in a Brazilian bus plunge.
I'll never forget where I was when I heard Sherman and the band had died. It was a well-produced record, though.
After his death, all of his master recordings disappeared from the vault. So, the record company couldn't put the album out. Though his body was never recovered, some folks swear they've seen him late at night, walking the streets of downtown Nashville, stopping to listen to the music pouring out of the honky-tonks and bars. Something tells me that, just like Elvis, one day Van Heffer will return, bigger than life, and with a kick-ass new album. And how do I know all this? Like I told you before, things ain't always the way they seem. We'll see.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
I know that things are going wrong for me, baby.
You gotta listen to my words, yeah.
He has turned to steel in the great magnetic field where he traveled time for the future of mankind. Nobody wants him. They just turn their heads.
Can't see what I see. I can see her. I can see her. And you can't be inside of me. Flying high again. Flying high again. Flying high again. Flying high again. Come on and join me.
I've been the king, I've been the clown. Now broken wings can't hold me down. I'm free again. The jester with the broken crown, it won't be